Hey, how you doing? This is Politics with Laura, and I got a good one for you. Just when you think politics can't be explosive, oh, very explosive. You're going to see a lot of a lot of tap dancing. You're going to hear a lot of babies crying, and you're just seeing a total, dare I say, the political parties being uprooted, turned on top of its head, and a lot is being exposed. But before I even get to that, Candace Owens. Oh, okay. I have been Candace Owens' biggest critic. Yes, I have. But I have to say she's making a change. I tweeted, not tweeted, I said something to her some years ago when she was on YouTube and had her own podcast and she was coming into the Republican realm, which, hey, do you? Whichever way you go, I'm an independent. I say that day in and day out. But when she became a Republican, she was a attack dog and being anti-black. Now you might say, hey, Laura, really? You going to? No, no, no. Everyone who she attacked outside of Kim Kardashian was black. And I had a problem with that. Mm. And and when she got with oh, excuse me, when she got with the Daily Wire, then it really showed itself. And I'm like, Candace, I'm thinking, Candace, you're gonna fall hard. You're going to fall hard, and when you do, it's gonna be bad. Just look at what you're doing. She never read my tweets or anything like that. She probably didn't even see them, but that's okay. That's okay. But oh, she had to pick a side between her boss, Ben Shapiro, and Candace Owens. They had a clash on Twitter, and it was, I think, really petty. But I understand that Ben is being drawn in different places. He what is going on over in his homeland? It's terrible. But she was forced to pick a side, and she said America, and that's what it's supposed to be. You always pick your land. You got to protect your land. You can't protect anybody else if you're not protecting home. But many people are not thinking like that. They're thinking we need to protect everyone else. If we're out there protecting everyone else, when it comes to our door, then who protects us? No one. But, oh my goodness. Okay, then. Uh, Vivek Ramaswamy. Oh my god, he is he's making, oh my goodness, he's making babies. You hear the crying, you hear the screeching, you hear it all. He is just letting loose. And I have to admit, I said previously, I don't know, Vivek, I don't know. I don't trust you. I'm not sure where you're coming from. And I got to say, that was a heck of a strategy. It was a heck of a strategy. But I noticed him being on the panel with the rest of the Republicans. We all can see who wrote that little, signed their name on a dotted line of what country they are really um, um, going forward, they are speaking to a particular crowd. They're not speaking to the entire United States. No, they're speaking to the people that puts money in their pockets. But they ask us for our votes. But Vivek, no. And that showed. Oh, that showed. And that got my attention. I'm like, oh my goodness. One person out of all of the presidential candidates on both sides is talking about America. Wow, that's refreshing. Very refreshing. And lastly, but not least, Democrats are taking L's. They're taking L's big time. And it all falls on Joe Biden. It does, it does, it does. So let me share my screen. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, goodness gracious. It is. Okay, Candace Owens. It starts off real simple. Now, here, Candace Owens just simply starts off with a simple thing, and that is this right here. Blessed are the peacemakers. Just a simple quote, making a simple tweet. And now you know there are always trolls and troublemakers putting mud in the water when there is no mud. And Ben Shapiro reacted. Simply said, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs in the kingdom of heaven. And I thought it was quite interesting that Ben Shapiro took this attitude, because he's Jewish, the chosen people, so she's reading out of the Bible, the chosen people, so why would he be offended? I mean, and I'm going to leave it right there, because I don't want any problems. People call me anti, but you know what, okay. But then he comes back, and I thought it was strange. Candace, if you feel that taking money from the Daily Wire somehow comes between you and God, by all means quit. That right there was a bit an overkill. It was a bit strange. Very strange. And to me, it makes me feel a little sad for him, especially when he's a people of the Bible. So, you know, it makes you say, this for me, But then Candace, look, you hired her. Ben, you hired her. You knew what you were hiring as long as you were directing her and having her attack black folks. It's okay. It's okay. And that's exactly what she was doing. But she's a strong and opinionated woman. That's what you hired. Now, when you stepped on her, you think she's not going to fire back? Yeah. And that's exactly what you did. And yeah, you've been acting unprofessional and emotionally unhinged for weeks now. And we all had to sit back and allow it, and all have tried to exercise exceeding understanding for your raw emotions. Woo! But you come across a certain line when you come for scripture and reading it into yourself. Yeah. And read yourself into it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I thought the same thing. I'm just simply thinking, wow, okay, that was a nice scripture. How did he put himself in that? That right there is extra sensitive, and okay. But I think there's going to be more fighting. I see a lot of fighting between them, and if he is behaving like this at work, and I could only imagine his family maybe over there. It's sad. It's really sad what's happening over there in that part of the world. It's really sad. But when you're coming after I can't say coming after, but if you're going to try to censor your employees' tweets on their free time, on their individual platform, that is becoming censorship, and that right there should not even come to play. And especially quoting the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, I believe, yeah, you did cross the line, because now you're getting into someone's religion and how they can practice it and what they can and cannot say. Then, no, you're better than that. You are better than that. And doing that, not good at all. I'll say it again, not good at all. That is not a good look at all. But that's my personal feelings on it. That's it. But it gets to be, let me see. There was something else I wanted to show. Huh. And oh yeah, here. Now, not only am I saying that, and Candace is saying that, but you have other people who are chiming in, because Charlie Kirk, he's saying I'm genuinely confused why asking questions and quoting the Bible verses about peace warrants to call for a resignation from the Daily Wire. This should be more room for the conservative movement for disagreement, which can do better than this. And you're really putting yourself out there. Yeah, Ben, that's not, you're really putting yourself out there. But that's just how I feel about it. Other people can feel something different. They may feel they had every right to say that. And this is America. First Amendment rights. You have the right to say how you feel. Just as long as you don't call fire in a crowded room. That's something different. But, okay. Now, oh my goodness. I've got to put my banner up. Oh my goodness. Vivek. You are... He's coming out swinging. He's giving equal lefts get equal rights. He is just doing it. When he called out McDaniels, oh my goodness, I was like, what? What? He he called her out and said, I'll give you time. Come on up and say that in front of the Republicans, the voters here, and then resign. Oh my goodness. Resign. But you don't want to hear me say it. No. All right, let me bring it up. But I was like, oh man, Vivek, you are just doing it. Right here. Let's go ahead and...
Mr. Ramaswamy, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why would you Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC in 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, I mean, we've got Kristen Welker here. You think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, I mean, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation? Answer the question. Go. Mr. Roberts, this is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor Christie. Why you? Audience.
That's the choice we face. Do you?
Wow. Wow, wow. Fire, pure fire. And again, he put it out there. Oh my goodness, pure fire. But it is a cancer. He's absolutely right. And it's both parties. The Democratic Party and the Republican Party has to be gutted out. And you got to get those people out and bring people in who are going to be pro-truth and not run the machine recycling every. It needs to stop. The corruption is just so transparent, and Vivek is calling it out. I did not see Nikki Haley call it out. I didn't see Chris Christie call it out. I didn't Tim Scott, well, he dropped out. Byron Johnson is not calling anything out. So if they're not calling it out, then they're going along to get along. They wrote their name on that piece of paper and we're only voting for yes men. And again, I'm going to say it again. I was Vivek's biggest critic, but you know, outside of Donald Trump on the Republican Party, and I'm starting to see what people say when they say a Trump Vivek a ticket, president and vice president. Now, if anything happens and Donald Trump doesn't get it, then I see Vivek being winning the Democratic, and winning the Republican nomination, and I see him beating Newsom and everyone else, and Joe Biden's not even participating at all. And the DNC, I don't even know what they're doing. They're quiet. Cricket, cricket, cricket. They're quiet. You can't make this up. You just really can't make it up. But outside of that, okay, there's something else I wanted to show. Okay. And it's getting worse. It's getting worse for Joe Biden. Most definitely worse. All right, let me share my screen. Now, all the corruption is coming out about Joe Biden. Many people are saying, oh, it's not true, fake news, fake news. No, 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 no. Okay, here. Now here, Republicans claim that Joe received $40,000 of laundered Chinese money. Now, we all got to keep in mind this simple fact. And it's not hard to find. Just do a small little scratch research. You could just do a little Google, or if not Dogpile or some other search engine, and then you'll find this information, because Joe Biden has been over in China for the past 40 years. He has been as a senator. He's been over there for a very long time. So that right there is something that we most definitely need to keep in mind. So here, let me see, where is it? Republicans investigated Joe Biden's family businesses dealings have focused on $40,000 check written to Joe Biden before was president. Now, if we had that information, how many would have voted for him? They would have seen him as being compromised and corrupt. But breaking the GOP oversight has uncovered, okay, the payment of laundered Chinese money directly to Joe Biden. Steve Scalise of Louisiana, he's bringing this information out, and they are impeaching him, and they got a lot of information. It's oozing out. You even have the Ukrainians that he was doing business with even taped him. The laptop, 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Yeah. But this claim comes from a check the House representative made public. Let me see if I can bring that up. I have that. I got to see if I can bring that check up, because woo, that right there is a smoking gun right there. Ugh, goodness gracious, I can't bring the check up, but here. Neither Scalise nor the Republican House Oversight Committee spokesperson responded to PolitiFact's request for comments, but we dug into Scalise's claim to learn what is and what is not about the $40,000 payment. The latest piece of evidence Republicans have pointed to in a range of accusations over the Biden family business. But it's not only there, but also on August 8, 2017, many of us heard of the Northern International Group wired $5 million and accounted for the Hudson W. III LLC, a company of Hunter Biden's, formed with the Chinese Business Association. So look, you could say what you want. One thing you're not going to do is you're not going to lie to the IRS. No. No matter what you do, you have to have a count on the money that comes into your businesses. That goes on the IRS. Everything you do, everything you file goes to the IRS. Just that simple. Now, I get into conversations with people and we wind up having a disagreement to agree to disagree. Now, people are like, that's not true. Hunter Biden didn't do it. That's a lie. Trump did it. He's trying to set the Biden family up. I mean, heck, if you're oh, okay, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hey TBX, how you doing? Hello, hello. Sorry, I didn't see it. But there's so much evidence coming out. And just the fact that many are just delusional. So I gotta say
And
this.
I have to say, your ass is delusional.
And they are delusional. I mean, what else can you do? The evidence is right there. But hey, it is what it is. The Democrats are taking L's left and right. Now, Gavin Newsom, oh my goodness. The cookie cutter Auntie Pelosi's nephew, California is in a complete disaster. You got China all over California. Black sites, secret labs, secret police stations, which only for Chinese people. Okay, all right. This is what I got. Okay, look, you can't make it up. You can't. You have a country coming into a sovereign land and have secret labs. Now, of course, okay, Gavin Newsom is the governor of California, which is basically a president of California. If the whole if the United States didn't exist as a United States, every country would be considered as I'm sorry, every state will be considered as a country within itself. You have the governor or AKA president. You got individual presidents and then you have the president of the union. Now, this president of California, the governor, is allowing all of this to occur. All of it. So, if Gavin Newsom, for some reason, somehow becomes president, it's going to be wild. More people can come through. It's going to be, hey, give everything away, give everything away. This is my opinion. And what do we do about it? Well, those of you who are anti-American, who are not anti-American, but anti-America, and never been outside of the country, or if you have, you haven't lived or stayed in a socialist or a communist country for any period of time for you to say, okay, I want that system right there. Equal distribution of funds. Everyone should be equal. You haven't even stopped to ask the people who are from those countries, why did they flee? Ask Venezuelans. I talk to them. Ask people from other countries, Uzbekistan, all those places over there, Eastern Europe that come from communist or socialist countries. They don't want it. And the fact that you are giving away your freedom so easily makes people wonder what's wrong with you. But on that note, please like, subscribe. Those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep the support. I most definitely appreciate it. And if you would like to donate, please do so. Politics with Laura on Cash App and PayPal. It's going to help me get more equipment to take my show or my podcast to the next level. I'm working hard and I can most definitely use the help. Again, Politics with Laura, PayPal at Politics with Laura or Cash App $Politics with Laura. Okay. All righty. And I'm growing, I'm growing, and I'm growing, and I'm greatly appreciative for everything that you do. I do appreciate it. And I want to thank you for stopping by, because you could be anywhere in the world what you are, and you could be doing anything what you are, but most of all, you're here with me. And I hope my video is worth your time, because time is one thing you never get back. And you spending time with me, I hope it was worth every bit, every second. On that note, have a good day.